Want to build your back? Give this a try. This is a back workout focusing mainly on rowing movements to build specifically your lats. Give it a try with King's Gym here today, so we're going to run you through the entire workout.
So at the start of every workout, it's vital that you do your mobility work. So here I'm starting off with the thread the needle movement, which is basically for thoracic rotation, which allows basically the back to fully rotate around, and is vital to making sure the vertebrae are actually moving. Your back is moving independently and not as one unit, which a lot of people will end up locked in one position. Next up, we move into what's called child's pose for the QL, where I'm basically taking my arms out to the side and really trying to stretch out almost like the bottom corner of each side of my back. Again, this is vital for loosening off almost like the bottom of the rib cage area towards the hip. Next up, we go into the serratus push-up, where you'll see my upper arms are all locked, my elbows are locked. All I'm moving is my scapula and shoulder girdle is moving. We're just trying to literally over-exaggerate the press-up movement there and get the scapulas almost wigging up. Here we're specifically trying to warm up and strengthen the serratus to increase stability around the shoulder area, which is obviously vital in terms of activating and training the back and the lats specifically. The more stability you have in the shoulder area, the more tension we'll be able to put in the muscle for the first movement, which is the single arm hammer row. So here what we're doing is we're driving the weight back, keeping it nice and tight, keeping the elbow driving in as you come back. And then what we want to do is try and control the negative and get a full stretch on the way forward. This takes the muscle through the full range of motion, which is what we want for maximum muscle development. Here what I'm doing is 8 to 12 reps on each arm, and then I'm dropping the weight in half and then going for both arms together, getting a full stretch over the pad and really trying to drive the elbows back. This is a great intensity technique, doing one arm at a time and then going to both arms together at a slightly lower weight. So if you've got any imbalances, you'll find them out quite quickly here. Next up, so exercise number 2 for back, we have the single arm dumbbell row. So here, the important cue to think about is trying to bring the arm back towards the hip and drive the elbow in again. So you're not going up, you want to think about driving back towards the hip and keep the elbow in tight all the way to the hip throughout the entire movement. Here, in terms of rep range, we're doing 15 to 20 reps, 3 sets. We're doing a dead stop of 2 seconds at the bottom. So I'm placing the dumbbell at the bottom on the floor for 2 seconds, resetting each rep and then driving the weight up. Again, this allows us to really focus on the contraction. You'll notice I'm really over-exaggerating, re-engaging the lat at the bottom of every movement, just to make sure that the lat is really switched on and the muscle is firing the weight up. Last but not least, we have the chest supported T-bar row. This is a superb lat and back builder. So a great cue here is to really think about trying to pull yourself through the pad rather than thinking about pulling the bars up towards you. So trying to think about pull yourself to the bar rather than vice versa. The important thing here as well is to remember to use straps so you can have a nice steady grip. So all you have to think about is using your back and your lats. You want to try and get a full range or really try and get a good contraction at the top. Here what I'm doing is I'm holding a 2-second stretch at the bottom position and then driving up, getting a really good tight contraction and then controlling the negative of the weight on the way down again. Here I'm aiming for 8 to 10 reps, pretty much to complete failure as you can see. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to rest for 10 seconds, which is when I'm actually going to add a 20 kilo weight plate. And then we're going to go for as many reps as we can to complete failure. Here with this style of exercise, we're looking to do again 3 to 4 sets at the end of the workout and literally go as hard and as heavy as you can. So again, the most important thing with this movement, which is really, really vital, is keeping your chest pinned down to the machine. As soon as you start lifting up, you're going to start losing tension from your lats and your back. The more tension you can create into the muscle whilst going to failure, the more muscle damage will occur and the more muscle tissue you'll end up building, which is obviously the aim of the game. The most important thing, as always, go to failure.